In this video, we are going to learn about the osteology of head and neck. First of all, we should know the total number of bones which is present in the infant as well as in adults. We all know in adults 206 bones were present, but in infants it is double that amount. 270 bones were present in the infant or newborn child. And then moving on to the head and neck osteology. In adult, the total number of bones, that is skull plus facial bone, total number of skull and the facial bone is 22 bones. But in case of newborn, it is double that amount, that is 45 bone is present in the newborn child. Okay, let us see how this 22 bones came. We classify the bones of the head and neck into cranial and the facial bones. In cranial bone, we have two subdivision, that is paired and unpaired bones. Paired bone is nothing but it is present in the two sides of the skull. Likewise, in cranium, we have two temporal bone, one on each side, and then two parietal bone. Then we will see this picture later. Here in unpaired bones, we all know, in anterior view we can see the frontal bone and occipital at back side, then sphenoid and ethmoidal bone which is present interior surface. We cannot see in the outer surface. Facial bone, it is also divided into paired and unpaired bone. Paired bones are up to frontal, we saw here, up to frontal cranial bone. Next to frontal we have the eyes. In eyes we have the lacrimal bone. Next to that nose, in nose we have the nasal bone and intranasal concave. Then we have zygomatic bone, maxillary bone and palatine bone. These are paired bones. Totally we have 6 paired bones in the facial bones. Then unpaired number of bones is 2, mandible and the vomer bone. This is unpaired single bone. Then we are going to see about the most important structure, that is sutures. Sutures in the part of the skull, and this is the superior view and this is the lateral view of the skull. See, here we have 4 sutures. One is coronal, another is sagittal, another is lambdoid. And here we have the temporal suture. This is not the suture but it is a kind of suture which separates the parietal and the temporal bone. You all clear with that? This is the frontal bone, you know, this is the frontal bone. These two are a parietal bone and this one is the occipital bone. This two is a temporal bone. Okay, you will see it in the book. Okay, this is the book picture. Here we have this one. From front, if we see this one, this is the frontal bone. Then we have the 2 parietal bones. Next to frontal bone we have the 2 parietal bones, and then we have the 1 occipital bone and the 2 temporal bones. Temporal bone and the parietal bones are paired bones and frontal and the occipital bones are single unpaired bones. Here we have the sutures present. See here we can see the serrated structures. Okay, this one which runs coronally is known as the coronal suture. The suture which runs the sagittal in the sagittal region is known as the sagittal suture. The suture which runs between the occipital bone and the 2 parietal bones is known as the lambdoid suture. Okay, in the superior surface of the skull we can see coronal suture, sagittal suture and then the lambdoid suture. Another one structure here, between the 2 frontal bones we have one suture, that is the metopic suture, and it usually disappears at the age of 2 years. Okay, at birth it was present. It divides the frontal bone into 2 halves. This is the fibrous tissue which ossifies at the age of 2 years. Okay, here we saw metopic suture, coronal suture, sagittal suture and the lambdoid suture. The meeting point of the coronal and the sagittal suture is known as the pregma. This meeting point is known as a pregma. And another important point we have here is in the posterior region we have the lambda. Lambda, it is a meeting point of parietal bone and the lambdoid suture. Parietal suture and the parietal suture or sagittal suture, and the lambdoid suture we have the lambda. Another point is oblivion. Oblivion, it is the structure. It is a point which is present between the two parietal foramen is known as an oblivion. Then we should know about the structure of this suture. The suture which is present in the coronal and the sagittal region is serrated. Serrated means there will be a presence of serrations in the coronal and sagittal suture, whereas in the lambdoid suture, the suture is denticulate in shape. Denticulate means there will be a presence of tooth-like structures in the lambdoid suture. Okay, and there will be a presence of Omarian bones, which we will see later. And that Omarian bones is known as the incus or Goethys ossicles. Then we will see the lateral structure of skull. Here we have many important points. Okay, there we saw about the pregma, lambda and oblivion. Here we have the most important point is the vertex. It is the highest point on the skull. Vertex is the most highest point on the sagittal sutures of the skull. Okay, then we have pterion. Pterion is nothing but the meeting point of four sutures. Here we have, this is the frontal bone, this is the parietal bone, this is the temporal bone, and this is the sphenoid bone. Here we have the meeting point. Here we have the H-shaped suture. That suture is known as the pterion. Then here we have another structure. It is an asterion, and it is the junction of, this is the parietal region, right? Here this is the parietomastoid region. This is occipital region, right? Occipitomastoid and the lambdoid sutures combine together to form the meeting point here. That meeting point is known as asterion. In lateral view of the skull, we saw about the pterion, vertex and asterion.